Hello everyone, we should be live now. Yep. Welcome to my favorite show, which is going to be what is your or our star signs needs to know today. It should be a pretty big one, as I am playing around with the chat here. I know that they are tuning in, all of you which are tuning in. Thank you so much for deciding to spend this evening with me and within this community. Just give me a second here to set up my working plot, and we should be ready to go. Angela, Ashley, Nancy, Pisces Moonbeam, Karen, of course, thank you so much for showing up. And Karen, thank you so much for your $3 which are to Pisces Moonbeam accounts. So Pisces Moonbeam, you make sure that you do stick around up until the end. I know that you are going to, where you're gonna get an answer to your question. But I said in the start, or here in the chat just before I start, that I would need Pisces Moonbeam for a thing. Now, I need her to tell all of you guys what the collective reading means. The collective reading is in the is on the thumbnail. For those who are curious, those are the cards of it. I drew these cards about 10 hours ago. So we do have the page of Pentacles with the Empress card, okay? And then the next one, that is going to be the Knight of Wands. So it is because this is a message that it is a big catch, okay? It's usually, this is how people are catching up on attention when it comes up to kind of like presenting such kind of a content. So I want someone else to say it instead of me, so I don't. Okay, you will tell them. Go on, tell them what these cards mean overall, and then I'm gonna dive into a real interpretation of the cards. So you can write it down, but it is a heart warmer, okay? It's something that everybody wants to hear, and that's why I want her to tell all of us guys, because she asked me, oh my god, what are those cards really mean? So they really made an impression to her. Julie, welcome to the chat. Mattia, thank you so much for your $10. Thank you, Mattia. Make sure that you do as well stick around up until the end of it, the end of the live stream, where you're gonna get personalized reading of the topic. So, can you not find it, Pisces Moonbeam? Yeah, more or less. Okay, so these cards, literally what those cards truly mean, it is that we are significant to someone. Okay, we should feel, or rather like, well, yeah, we can feel significant to someone, that we are already within, you know, their environment. And this is coming from the Page of Pentacles and the Empress card. Okay, so usually that's a friendship. It doesn't have to go more than that. That is how the Page of Pentacles solely manifests. But with the elemental dignities of the Empress card sitting next to it, that gives a, I would call it that way, a long-term prospect for that friendship pretty much to grow. Now it may stay as a friendship, but the sheer potential of this thing, it goes beyond that. It goes beyond friendship. The very least, you and that person, whomever that could be, you can grow to care for each other more than usual friends does. Now, are you going to manifest this sense of caring into something more? Well, that kind of like depends on you and them. But overall, that's what the cards are showing. It is that, like I said, the significance of two people, us and someone else, or them and us, it's bigger than all of us know at that point. And why is that? Why it's bigger than we actually understand at this moment? Well, it is because it comes from the other elemental dignity, which is the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So these two, unlike the previous couple of cards, they are a passive neutrals. And as a neutral to the prime card, the Knight of Wands, it kind of like leaves the... Well, it could go with a milder manifestation or with a strong manifestation. Now, the mild manifestation, it is when the impression is that, you know, there are, I would say, better times, okay? There are better circumstances. It's like the time haven't came yet. While the stronger manifestation of the Knight of Wands, it is when there are more options available, different options available. And that's why this significance may not be realized in this moment. You know, very often people approach the whole matter in such a, how can I put it into words? In such a perspective where we could have been a really, for example, nice couple in another universe or in another life, or we could have been a fantastic business partners in another universe and in another life. Well, then that begs the question, what stops you being such in this life? If you think that in another life that is very possible, then what stops you being in this? It's kind of, I always kind of like, I am always baffled by such a, this is what we call a self-imposed limitations. Pisces Moonbeam, what does self-imposed limitations leads to? Can you answer? That is something you are telling me all the time. It's actually something I learned to love to hear, and when you say it, it's it makes me laugh. It makes me really, really laugh. I will help you. What you say, it's that you are self-sabotaging yourself. You know, when you put a limitation that you don't want to do something, even try it out. It's that barrier that you said in front of you, and you are literally depriving yourself of an option available, which is actually available. You know, it's not something that, you know, it's not what if, it's there. And yeah, it's you classify it as a self-sabotage, and I'm sorry, I kind of have a predisposition today to show candor. So yeah, when I see that you are writing that to me, it's kind of old, and I'm kind of like, I'm having, exactly, leads to self-sabotage. I know you very well. But yeah, I am laughing when I see that in our chats. It's kind of like, it's it makes me grin. Right, so Jesse, thank you so much for your $5 US, and Liz as well, thank you so much for your $5 US as well. Make sure you both guys stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get your personalized reading over what is that you need to know as of this moment. Can I just thank you. Okay, so yeah, now, just because the significance is bigger than we actually know, it doesn't mean that things are going to work out. Now, these are all minor arcana, okay? Especially the prime one, it's a minor arcana. And you may ask, well, then what are the conditions really, so we can make it work? Well, that's a conversation for another time, Pisces Moonbeam. But what are the conditions? Well, the conditions, they are going through the Empress and through the Page of Pentacles. So the primary condition comes from the Page of Pentacles, and that is to understand the value, right? This isn't about passion. This isn't about even love, if you will. Well, it is about well, here it is where the love sits on the second gear for now. right now, what is in stake there? It's the value of the interaction in between this you and that person, whether the value carries on a business value or carries on a relationship value, friendship value, carries on an intimate value, whatever value it brings. And understanding this value is going to allow to all of us to really think maturely over the situation. Now, what also can help you identify this person is that as soon as you know things go wrong in between you and them, you can observe a little bit of a withdrawal. Okay, the withdrawal comes from the Empress that it is with the Page of Pentacles, and this is very common response, by the way. That is because once something goes outside of the perspective, okay, and it's just they don't know, and even we don't know how to react on this so-called change. And instead of making stupid moves, right, we decide to withdraw from the midst of those activities, couple of days, a week maybe, just to kind of like analyze the situation, if you will, and make a very mature decision about it, because it's a lot at stake here. This isn't about some kind of emotions which we are going to forget about in a month. This isn't about some kind of a passion that is going to burn out in a week. This is about a value that we can carry on for a little bit longer than that. It actually goes a long way. And the real problem that we have, it's the passion itself with the Knights of Wands. The passion for, I don't know how to put it into words, for more enterprising version, maybe. Like I told you at the start, we could have been very good business partners, but in another life. It is because right now, you know, the situation isn't exactly as enterprising as one would want. But what one misses the point, it is the devotion and as well the structure, the value in it, because one has nothing to do with the other. And I'm sorry that how can I put it into words? I'm explaining it that way. It's because usually, at least in my practice, in order something to turn out into whether a very solid business partnership or a very solid relationship, people always strives for emotions and for passion. But the thing it is that these emotions and that passion, they kind of like fades away with time. Okay, no matter how much you love somebody, I mean, you can love them for 10 or 20 years, but eventually love transforms into value. And right now, we all need to think about what kind of values we do have, and we want to carry on with them. Okay, and it seems that at least for now, we are a value to someone, or we are, let's put it that way, we are valuable to someone as they are valuable either to us or to someone else. It's kind of like that chain reaction. Karen, thank you so much for your 5 US dollars. Make sure that you do stick around as well up until the end, where you're gonna get your personalized reading for the transit. For the topic, that is, what is that you need to know as of this moment? Now, can this interaction in between this person and you transform into intimacy? Yes, it actually, this is where it leads to, but this is a general interpretation. So I should stop exactly at the point, you know, where the significance is there. Now, what you're going to make out of the significance, that depends on you and you entirely. But usually when we have the Page of Pentacles with either Earth or a water card next to it, that is a clear indication for a more than just, you know, I like you and you like me. It's and with the Empress is definitely more there, because it shows the capacity to care for each other. And this is caring where it's almost like a sacrifice, but it's willing sacrifice. you know, you strive to make the other person comfortable because you can't bear seeing them struggle, and vice versa as well. It's very complicated interaction. I believe many people would want to experience that, but it is a heartwarming because we have such one around us. So all of us have such one around us. Hopefully we don't miss it. I don't know what else to say. All right. So with that said, let's start with the let's start with the 12 star signs. Before that, although I have suggestions here to make a sale, and I will. Just let me pick on which one is going to be. All right, so as of this moment, executive decision. The Legrand tableau slots are going to be open, and a monthly reading as well is going to be open. So anyone who wants to inquire for themselves about a June, they can check on the link, or just send me an email. The reading is going to be a 9-card reading, and it will cost $30, and is going to go over June and what kind of experiences you're going to have throughout the month of June. Le Grand Tableau, it's a Lenormand reading, and it pretty much describes next events which are going to happen to you. Unfortunately, there you can't put a time frame, only sequences, and that reading is going to cost a $35 US. So if any of you wishes to go for those sales, which you cannot find on the website, these are exclusive only for those who are watching my YouTube channel, just send me an email, or I believe Pisces Moonbeam is going to set links into the description down below. And yeah, I mean, you're gonna get your readings by the end of next week. Yeah, it's a Lenormand reading, it's not a tarot reading. So if you go for that option, guys, be prepared to hear anything, and I mean literally anything. All right, so with that said, hold on a second. So for that said, for anyone who is new to the stream, just to explain you how this is going to work out, I'm going to now do a 12 readings each for each star sign. Starting up with Aries, ending up with Pisces. The readings are going to be elemental dignities technique. So I'm going to draw 3 cards, but the message is one. It is like those 3 cards fused together and form a one message. This isn't a spread. It's not a card by card reading. Okay, so if you are interested into the method, how to do it yourself, which is the real way, how to make combos in between cards, you can also shoot me an inquiry, because I do have a lecture on it. Within these 12 readings, there is going to be 3 breaks as well. One is going to happen after Cancer, another is going to happen after Scorpio, and the final one is going to take place after Pisces. Within those breaks, one of you is going to get a free reading. So within this live stream, there are going to be a 3 free readings giveaways, which are going to be professional readings, by the way, full spread, not just a only 1-card draw. 1-card draw is also professional, but within those free readings, I am giving a chance people who cannot afford such services, but they need help to get it. Okay, that's my contribution. And finally, anyone who supports the stream, the channel, me through Super Chat, you guys are going to get your readings at the end of the stream. That's given. Well, you mean clarifying the Legrand tableau? Well, you don't have to pay for that. I mean, just Danny, send me an email and tell me what are your questions. Send me a picture of it, and email with what are your questions, and I'll try to elaborate as best as I can. There is writing all over you. What do you mean, Ginger? What am I supposed to like? I kind of like. Ah, okay. It's not about me. All right. So starting up with Aries, first card you do have Aries. That is going to be the Seven of Pentacles. Followed by the Nine of Swords. Yeah, we kind of like because it's an inflation right now, and me and Pisces Moonbeam talked about it, and I decided, at least for now, not to increase my prices. It's not going to be fair because, you know, I'm living in a country where the currency is not US dollars, is not a US dollar, and right now actually the US dollars is increasing value. So to me, that pretty much covers up the inflation. So I am cool with those prices for now. So the next one here that we do have, that is going to be the Hierophant. Okay, so these three cards. And right off the back, we can observe a elemental dignity in between Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. And this is passive enemies. Okay, so that is a passive enemies, elemental dignities. And what do you need to know actually from this elemental dignity is that hey Pamela, welcome to the stream. So it is that your greatest fears are going to be challenged, in a sense of that thank you, Ginger. Thank you. So your well, not your fears, your situations right now are going to be challenged with your fears. Let me tell you what I am talking about here. Let's say that you know, you are in a beautiful relationship and it's everything is almost as good as it can be, right? And then in your mind, I don't know if that comes from Mercury retrograde or something else here, but in your mind, that thought is going to start kind of like boring itself in, saying, you know, what if you lose that person? Okay, what if this woman or that man decides to leave you hanging? You know, it decides to leave you alone. So in personal life, you Aries may start thinking about being left alone and being afraid of it. In the business side of the matter, people may start kind of like thinking that they're going to lose their business, their job, and so on and so forth. And how this is going to impact all of you Aries, it is by making you stray away from your values. And if we go to the general reading I just made about, you know, the collective, well, then you may very well Aries see who that person truly for you is, the one that it is a way more significant than it should be. And this is where the fear kicks in, saying, well, yeah, we can for example end up together, but what if one day this thing ends, right? Well, think about it that way. Not starting it, you are basically bringing this day right now. Okay, it's just by not giving it a go, you are forcing that day inevitably to come, and it is today. So that is how you should look at it. Other than that, what you need to know moving forward with your life, Aries, from the other elemental dignity here. What am I to decide? Sean, yes, it will be okay. It will be okay. If you send them here and not in and not in PayPal. So the other, but you also have to send me an email, okay? Because this is how the reading is going to be sent to you via email. So the other thing that you need to know, Aries, aside from that, your fears, your deepest fears are going to challenge your situations. And by the way, this happens so you can determine, you know, how much you want these things, how much you want to stick around with your relationship, how much you want to make business with this person, how much you want to push forward with your job, and so on and so forth. But aside from that, guys, what you need to know it is that everything you have been focused on, okay, it's actually suitable, for the lack of better word, suitable for you. So basically you are with the right people at the right place at the right time, and with the right intentions as well. With those couple of cards, one guidance I can give you from these two, it is that don't believe what people tell you, believe what you are experiencing. What I mean is that someone can tell you that they love you, or they cherish you, or they value you very, very much, but you kind of feel that you can't trust that person. Well, then you should go about with the impression and with the feeling, or if you kind of like having an impression that you cannot rely on this person, same thing goes there as well. And finally, what you need to know is that whatever concerns you are facing right now, you know, their solution far simpler than you think it is, and you are about to find it very, very quickly. Right, so that was for Aries. Now moving next, we do have Taurus, Pisces, Moonbeam. Thank you for your 3 Canadian US, which are going to Karen's account. I don't know what Karen's question is yet. You were Jackie, weren't you? Thank you so much for your $5 US. Thank you. Make sure that you do as well stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get your personalized reading of the topic, what is that you need to know as of this moment. All right, so yeah, Jackie, I remember correctly. All right, so for Taurus, first one we do have the Fool, followed by the second card of the Knights of Cups. Moving next, that will be the Three of Wands. That is not exactly the message I would prefer giving you guys, those couple of cards, those 3 cards. But pretty much the message is very simple. It is that a great opportunity is coming your way, okay? That is an opportunity which will allow you to grow. Now, unfortunately, I cannot tell you where exactly it's gonna go. I have to use Lenormand in order to do so, and I don't know where my deck is right now. It's over there. But this opportunity, unfortunately, is not going to be the opportunity you wish you had. And let me explain you what I am trying to say here. Okay, so it's not like it's not gonna be where you want it, it's not gonna be the one you wanted. So for example, say you are craving for love, right? and an opportunity for you to get into a relationship shows up. It's not the person you want to be in a relationship with, okay? You crave for work, for job, for a good job. Such is gonna show up, but it's not going to be the job you want to be in. And all that can be seen in between these two cards, okay, the Fool and the Knight of Cups. Now these two, they are active neutrals, okay, and as such, first, the Fool steps into the future carrying a very little from the past. In fact, it doesn't carry on any luggage from the past. Therefore, it means that you have nothing in common with the opportunity coming your way. Completely brand new person, someone you don't know as of this moment, and completely brand new job, the one that you just don't see at this moment. And as a neutral, the Knights of Cups, it doesn't share that passion, should that be friends instead, okay? And while the new perspective in front of you is going to be somewhat exhilarating, it's not going to be the worst thing you ever faced. It's not going to be something that under normal circumstances you are going to pass away, but it's because you do have something else in your mind. Your mind is already preset. That's why you may kind of struggle seeing it as a valuable option available, which is going to be a very big, so to speak, mistake. Sean, thank you so much for your $50 US. Thank you, Sean. Okay, so make sure that you do stick around up until the end. So this is about tonight and as well monthly. Let me put you, Sean Harmon. June. All right, so Sean, just send me an email, okay, so I know your email. That's very important, because this is the way you're gonna get your reading for the month. So yeah, it is just, this is going to be a satisfiable option available for you, Taurus. Just is not going to be the one you are currently stuck with, or you are currently tunnel visioning, but it will be the one who actually is gonna make you grow, because the other elements of dignity here, it is the Fool with the Three of Wands, and that shows that the patterns you can establish with this person or with that job, immaculate. Now, just think, all right, Mattia, I will do so. I have them right over there, so I can literally reach out and take them. But in any case, so like I said, the patterns that you can establish with either this person, friend, job, they are going to be not just only immaculate, but think it that way. You have a certain vision of a job, right? You have a certain vision of a relationship. Well, those expectations, visions of expectations, that they all can be completed with this new option available. Fulfilled, satisfied, quenched. And so what happens, it is that you may think at the start that that is kind of like a compromising option available, but actually that is a true option available. So the real message for you, Taurus, it is that in front of you, you do have a blessing in disguise. Don't miss it. So you are beguiled to believe that that's by yourself. You are beguiled to believe that where your value lies, but actually it lies else. It's yet to come even. Well, whoever wants Lenormand, I will do it. It is just they need to know that that is something I cannot control. What I mean, the cards. They don't obey by a question, okay? You can only give them general direction. For example, what is going to happen in between me and you, you know, or in terms of a business, what is going to happen. But they can literally tell you anything they want. All right, next one, Gemini. First one for Gemini, we do have the Seven of Wands, followed by the second one of the Hermit. And the final one, that is going to be the Eight of Swords. Those three cards. So for Gemini, it seems that you guys, it's a real stubbornness, I believe it is how we should call it here. So what do you need to know? It is that you gotta open yourself up. That is what you need to know. Right now, what it feels like is like you are waging a war. It doesn't have to be that way. Okay, it definitely doesn't have to be that way. And in fact, that makes it very difficult for you to develop your potential. It is literally self-sabotaging, exactly how Pisces Moonbeam described it. And that is how it stands. Okay, this is how it stands, the self-sabotage. Here with the Seven of Wands, it's like you are waiting to pounce, you know, on your chances, on your opportunities, but in the same time, that needs to happen under certain conditions, which hopefully you will dictate, well, that's not exactly the way how it's going to work out. On the contrary, only when you kind of like, and I will say it again, only when you allow yourself to think outside of the box. How you do so? Well, you do admit the truth that you cannot control everything, okay? And you admit the truth that certain things can work out, certain things cannot work out. You may not like it, but it is as it is. And what this is going to allow you to do, really, it's to identify, it comes from these two cards, a new substantial fulcrum for yourself, something that is going to make you look forward to, something that is going to bring new value in your life, something that is going to bring back the intelligence and wisdom you once had, but now feeling with your back against the wall. It's kind of like, you know, it's like always in defensive mode. You don't have to be always in defensive mode. It's just you have to admit, or rather like admit to yourself, yeah, that sometimes things doesn't happen the way we want them to happen, and sometimes we just have to let it go and let it play out. Because with those cards, it's a bit too late, guys, for you to alter the things, unfortunately, or fortunately, because through these circumstances, like I said, a substantial event, or essential event, it's coming your way. So bottom line here is what you need to know. It is that you are betting your chips on the wrong horse, at least now. What do you need to know? It is that you are way too constrained, and that is you doing it to yourself, constrained than you should be. And if you hope to find any meaning in your life that goes outside of these restrictions and of these constraints. Now, these constraints could be criteria, they could be principles, beliefs, code of conduct, concepts, perspectives. So it's hello Articure and Ivan, or Ivan, because that is how you really pronounce the name. It's Ivan, not Ivan, but that's besides the point. In any case, what I was about to say, yeah, it feels almost like stubbornness, you maintaining those perspectives. They need to be let go of. Hey Robin, long time no see. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god, 50 minutes in? Are you kidding me? It felt like 20. But actually it's not 50, it's 30, it's 35 because it's, yeah. All right, Cancer. For you guys, we do have the Eight of Swords, catalyzed with the Five of Cups. And then it is Justice. Those three. So talking about the sabotage. Yeah, it's 38. That's 38, but because I started about 15 minutes earlier, it was on a preview, and I saw my OBS and said, "Oh my God, what is that?" 50 minutes in, and I haven't even went 1/3 of it. But yeah, it's all right. So for Cancer, what do you need to know? Definitely, it is that here he comes. Yeah. Well, it's kind of complicated one. Now, if we have to classify the self-sabotage, we started at the primary reading here, the collective. We definitely have it, but it's in a very specific state. And truth be told, I can't blame you for it. Now, this comes from these two cards here, okay? From these two cards. And because they are supportatives, it kind of means that this self-sabotage, so to speak, I'm very curious how it's gonna come up in Scorpio, because if I am not self-sabotaging myself, I don't know who is. But that's besides the point now for Cancer. So with these two cards, it means that this it's not even a sabotage, it's more like a blockage. And that blockage was because of how you set up yourself, you set yourself up in life in general. Comes from Justice. So this is a result of say your actions, say your decisions, but above everything else, the accountability, okay, that you are taking toward yourself first and foremost. And what that makes you do, seeing it from the other card, with the other two cards here, the Eight of Swords and the Five of Cups, it's that you are, it's not even being willing, it's more like okay with a burning bridges. It's just how it stands with these two cards. So as they are active neutrals here that we do have, you know, you have it. Wow, Ginger, I don't know what to say, but this isn't beyond any salvation, okay? It's actually okay. I'm gonna go one step further. So how to pretty much fix this state, okay, where you may feel that you are trying, well, that is how it feels with this thing, okay? It feels that you did almost everything right, and you know that your happiness is on the tips of your fingers. You reach out, it's almost there, but you can't quite touch it. With everything, with food, with going out with people, with job, with love, and with all that, okay, with all that. And the way how you pretty much overcome this state, according to these cards, is by allowing yourself to make a mistake. It's as simple as that. And literally, this is where everything is coming from. It's that not wanting or being way too defensive, not to make an error or a mistake, leads you to that point where you just can't go anywhere from here, because every move from here feels like a mistake. Yeah, well, that's how it stands right now. I'm very curious how this translates to my brother, by the way, because he is Cancer. right now he's trying to buy a home. Probably he just cannot make himself set on a certain place. It's because it has to be way too perfect. Or it can't be way too perfect. I mean, probably it can, but then the price is not going to be perfect, is it? So it's always something that it isn't perfect out there. Now, what this creates, it's a very awkward feeling, and it comes from the Five of Cups here. In fact, because it's neutral, probably you don't know what to make of this feeling. But this is a feeling of either disappointment. It's kind of like something isn't quite right there. It should be there, but it isn't there. Okay. And it could be as well feeling of loss. It's like it could have happened, but it isn't happening. Either way, those feelings are temporary. Okay, they are gonna go away as soon as you kind of like let that limitation, because definitely we're talking about limitations you have bestowed upon yourself. Wherever you see the Eight of Swords, that is what comes, that is what boils down to. And in another way, how I can tell you that, and I think I said it in the last live stream, you have the Eight of Swords. Forget about the rest of the cards, okay? Forget about the rest of the elemental dignities. So how the Eight of Swords stands as a guidance? Well, it stands like that. If the truth makes you free, then what the denial of it makes you? You can answer that to yourself. So yeah, that is what you need to know, guys. It seems that you have your eyes closed to it, and until you do not open them for the truth, it's you always are gonna live with that limitation. In this situation, in the situation after that, years from now, so on and so forth. And basically, this is according to these cards, that is the limitation of not making a wrong move, but it's always there. And for as long as you do not regret your actions and your choices, the move can never be wrong. I mean, in material world, yes, it can be wrong, but if you are okay with yourself because you know you at least try it, well, then it's a right move, at least to me. It does set you free, yeah. Taco, thank you so much for your 22 US dollars. Thank you, Taco. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you will get an answer to your question. Wait, didn't you have the same kind of a problem previously? I mean, a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. We are, by the way, guys, entering into the first break, and in this break, one of you is gonna get the free reading from me. So all that you gotta do into this, in order to get that free reading, just input the question into the comments down below. I'm giving you about 5 minutes to do so, and after those 5 minutes, I'm going to pick a question, and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Okay, Ginger, I will. And by the way, Taco, how is your health? Are you make a recovery? Yeah, exactly. And that with the truth, it's a very strong concept, and it kind of like relates to everything. Okay. And it doesn't have to be just only about, you know, love and all these kind of stuff. I mean, all that it takes is to, for example, admit to yourself that you are just not good into something. For example, I'm not good into singing, dancing, drawing, kind of like painting, drawing. Okay. I'm not good into emotional stuff as well. So as I am admitting that to myself, I don't limit myself into it. It's not like I want to be a dancer and kind of like push into that direction, denying the truth that I'm not good enough, and kind of like self-limiting myself to this option available, which I'm not good enough. And or it could be in a very, very different way. You know, you may kind of like have somebody liking you or loving you, but you are trying to say to yourself, nah, this is just, you know, friendship, and you clearly see that that's not the case, but still you are denying to yourself that, and this pretty much puts a limit of how far you can go with this person. Oh, for example, the very trivial thing is when you see the red flags that your partner is cheating on you, but you are in a denial, right? And you are pretty much set sail for the worst outcome out there. It's kind of like you are limiting yourself to be at, I don't know, at the end of the line being disappointed. What kind of a question? Pisces Moonbeam, do you wanna pick the question for me? Yeah. I completely fathom the question, Taco. I completely fathom the question. I just thought that this thing it's pretty much settled. Yeah, Valerie, our condolences, and I hope that you know you move forward with your life just as your mom would have wished you to do so. Sarah Lemieux. Hello, Sarah. At least now I know how to pronounce your name, which kind of warms my heart. Oh, it's a different thing. Okay, that kind of explains things. Okay, then pick, because we are almost out of time. Oh, that's all right, Sarah. Luna Angel. By the way, that was the one I would have picked as well. I don't know what's going on, but truth be told, that was the one that it kind of like made my impression. Okay, so why the person I am distant with, it's or I am dealing with is distant out of nowhere. Let's check it out. Those are the cards. And remember, this is why. Okay, this isn't how he is towards you. That is the opposite. Okay, it is the opposite. So no, that happened suddenly, didn't it, Luna? It happened one day he was kind of like devoted, and the other day it was like you almost never knew each other, right? Well, that is because of these two cards, and the message from them it is that he found something. I'm sorry saying it, but he just found something that makes him happier. Doesn't have to be another woman. It could be a job friend. It could be, you know, kind of like experience and so on and so forth. So pretty much he sent you the second, third, fourth gear. And there is no overwhelming it, at least not for now. So until he have enough of it, which he doesn't, by the way, plans to do very soon, I don't think that he is gonna grow any closer to you. That's the answer. I don't think there is another woman. It's very possible, but that means a woman as a general, not just a specific one. So yeah, it's just he found a bigger happiness elsewhere. I'm sorry saying it, but it's how it stands with the cards, and it's just his priority. It's somewhere else right now, and if I have to guess, in most of the time he doesn't even think of you. No, it doesn't have to be another person. It doesn't have to be another person. It could be, I don't know, new video game. It could be a job that he really puts on. It's all about his life, okay? Or I don't know, it could be some kind of a friendship. Drugs are doing that to people as well. So it's it could there could be many things. I mean, you are thinking about a woman because that's the only thing that can make you do such thing, you know, meeting another man. But people were different, and yeah, it could be something else. The cards are not showing specifically woman. Yeah, that's true, and you know, that's my general look at these things. If you are not wanted somewhere, you shouldn't press yourself into that place. And if you are wanted somewhere, I believe that the person is not gonna make you run for your money, right? I mean, if that person wants you to be with them or around them, they're not gonna make you struggle for it, because it doesn't make any sense. Well, yeah, that could be seen as well. I mean, if he finds something much better than you, then obviously he doesn't want to commit. Hey, Ella. By the way, I received your I received your purchase, and Ella, and I will probably gonna deliver it to you by the end of this week. Thank you so much. But that's the thing, guys. You know, let's say you like somebody, all right? Let's say you like somebody, and the worst that this person would request from you is being friends. That's how I look at it. It is because you like them. Of course, you're not gonna settle for anybody else, and just being friends with them, it's like they are restricting you not to settle for anyone. Well, of course you want to settle for them, but they don't want to settle for you, and yet they want you to be their friend, which means that you aren't going to settle for anybody else because you like them. So that is one of the reasons why I, for example, I don't go for a friendship with women I like physically, I mean intimately, or at least that friendship ends immediately if she or me finds someone else. Okay, that's one of the reasons why. Good evening, Lassie. Oh, that's great, Sam. That's great. I hope it all turns out the way the cards predicted. Ginger. Well, that's a bit extreme. That is a bit extreme. Because, you know, for them it's easy. They don't have any emotional attachment. They can do whatever they want. But if you have an emotional attachment to them, that does not allow you to have another emotional attachment. What is that, Pisces Moonbeam? Lacy? What does that even mean? Yeah, she is, but that's a bit extreme, I think. Oh, okay. My bad then. I do apologize butchering your name. Lacey. Leo, first one, we do have the Seven of Wands, followed by the second one of the Moon card. And the last one, that is going to be the Knights of Wands. It's the denial here again. So I think that the topic is the denial tonight. The denial comes from these two cards, which they are pretty much screaming, and they are literally screaming, guys. This is an agonizing scream. Now that is how far you went, okay? That you are making your entire, if you will, soul to kind of like, ugh, come on, man. I mean, do something about it. But this elemental dignity kind of shows that you have abandoned your path into some regard. Okay, that could be the regard of love, that could be the regard of a job, career, but generally it's the place where you want to exert as much control as possible, and through it things are just not working out whatsoever. Well, that is a form of denial, Sarah. That is a form of denial, unfortunately. Yeah, this isn't even... Yeah, that is a refusal of change, because the Moon card, guys, and it happened that today I have explaining the Moon card. The Moon card, it is when you are destined to go in a certain place, in a certain destination, to mean something to something, or something to somebody. Okay, but because it's an enemy to the Seven of Wands, which is your which is your primary card, it seems that with your actions right now, either consciously or subconsciously, although I think it's consciously, because you are trying to kind of like alter everything which is around you to your image. Or another version of interpretation is not willing to lose, and when I say lose, that's in quote because it's not actually a loss. Okay, you are not allowing this path to manifest and to develop. Well, I do have a message for you. No matter what you do, is going to happen one way or another. Today, tomorrow, in a year from now, you are bound to experience what is cooking for you, and it is coming, and the more you struggle against it, or rather like, yeah, the more you try to fight it off, the more impactful, or rather like the more how can I put it into words, the more upheavalish is going to play out for you. To give you an example, say that's I don't know. No, Virgo is yet to come, Cynthia. Divine Nation, thank you so much for your $5 US. Thank you, Divine. Make sure you do stick around a little bit longer, where you're going to get your personalized reading over the transit, or with a topic, what is that you need to know as of this moment. But here how it comes, guys. Say that you start developing, and it's not even about love or kind of connection, okay? You are start developing bigger connection to somebody in your life, Leo, than you are usually willing to exert. And that kind of like freaks you out, because now you do have someone significant to you, which is something you are not very used to, and you are trying to fight it off because you can't control it. Well, why you cannot control it, you may think? Well, because that's how the moon card operates. It's literally things which are happening around you. They don't make much sense. You don't know where they're coming from. You don't know why you are having such a sentimental attachment to that person, or to that job, or to the dog, for example, or to certain hobby. You just don't know why. You're not supposed to, but it is there. And what that makes, it makes you very emotionally unstable. You don't know what to feel. Is that really a friendship? Is it something more? Or if it's a friendship, why I'm so invested into it, and so on and so forth. And that scares you. It scares the crap out of you. And for that reason, what you are trying to do here, well, you are trying to do replacement, okay? Replacement with something which is more controllable, which you may try to convince yourself that it is more interesting, suitable, compatible. But like I told you, you can't escape it. It will hit you one way or the other. You just make sure that the hits do stop coming and you actually enjoy it. Because with the moon card, guys, no matter how much you try, you cannot deviate from the path already bestowed upon you with from the universe. So what positive we can extract from it? Well, what do you need to know? It is that the right path, whether you like it or not, you are about to walk it. Okay, even if you have to be dragged through it, even if you have to kind of like crawl through it, you are gonna do it one way or another. And the other thing that you need to know, it is that this life, it's turnover. You know, one thing comes around, another thing goes around, and yeah, it's all replacements. So even if you have to abandon a thing, friendship, job, whatever, in order to experience this path, it will be substituted or replaced with another that will make your emotions stable. Ginger, why is that? That's so unlike you. Thank you so much for your $11 US. But why is that, Ginger? Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, and we will see what the cards are about to tell you, are to say about that. Hello, Ada. Welcome to the channel. I don't do angel cards. That is a Pisces Moonbeam specialty, not mine. For Sarah Lemieux, Pisces Moon, Lemieux. It's like that, right? Lemieux. It should be, it's French. Sarah, make sure that you do listen up until the end, where you're gonna get your personalized reading, Pisces Moonbeam. Thank you for giving Sarah a reading by the end of the live stream. Right, going next, Virgo. Oh my God, Ella, so generous. Thank you for your 20 US dollars. It is for me, I know, but I know your issue and I want your permission to make you a reading I know better. Can I do that? I really need your permission for it. Thank you, Ella. Right, next one, Virgo. All right. Hold on a second. First one for Virgo, that is going to be the Ace of Wands, followed by the next one, which is the again. Oh my God, what is the denial? Such a topic today. God damn it! And then we do have the Knights of Wands here. Those three cards. It's, I guess it's all bad news. My God. Right, so for a Virgo, from these two we have, which are the Ace of Wands and the King of Cups. So these two cards are speaking that around you guys, what you need to know of it is that around you there is a very gainingful enterprise. It is literally there. Now, why is denial, you may ask? Well, it is because it comes from a place, it is the last place you are gonna get it from. Okay, for example, the last person you will not request but take help from. He or she will want to offer you help, but that is the last place you would want to go for. For example, if you are trying to buy a home and say your mother-in-law wants to pay for the house, this is the last thing you would want, because then you may have to kind of like listen to your mother-in-law how the house needs to be set up and so on and so forth. Okay. Also, it could be, say, a job offer, but it will be the last company you would take that job offer from, and so on and so forth. So it's a denial, not recognizing that it doesn't matter where it comes from. What matters is how much you can go for with it. Okay, and you can go for a lot more than you may think. That not just only comes from the Ace of Wands here, but as well from the Knights of Wands. And those two cards here not just only showing that this is a gainingful enterprise, but it also is an enterprise that is gonna enrich your life. I don't know how to put it there. It's just is going to double your life with so much more variety than you may think of. You will stumble upon so many interesting things, like interesting people to go about with, like interesting activities as well to take part of, like interesting topics to explore, and etc etc. And only if you overcome your pride, only if you overcome, you know, your, it's not even your structure, it's more like your presumption. Now this structure, whether a person, you know, whether an organization, I give it to you here. They're just not going to present this opportunity the right way. Okay, it will feel more like they are making you um, a favor or than anything else. But the bottom line here is that you shouldn't. Well, yeah, you shouldn't care about it at the end of the day, because you have to think of what you can gain rather than what you can lose. And the only thing you can lose, it's so-called self-imposed dignity, while in the same time you can gain so much more material gains, emotional gains, whatever it is. Now, if I have to give you an example here, you know, that could be, for example, an ex that comes about. And it's not like you don't want that ex back. It's not like you don't like the man or the woman. It is just, you know, because the way things ended, you kind of like feel that it will be inappropriate to give it another go. Well, who decides that? The situation or you? You have to answer that. And that's why it's in denial, that it can work out, but because of something that is it's not tangible, it cannot. Oh my god, Karen, that's terrible, especially about the kidney. I feel you for it. Thank you, Pamela. Libra, we do have the King of Pentacles. Now, if we do have a sword card, my god, I swear I don't set up anything. I said it before I draw the card. If we have a sword card, and it is a sword card, in fact, the Six of Swords, and the next one that is going to, oh my god, Two of Cups. Those three cards. So we definitely are talking about person. Actually, you are not in a denial here. The person, it's in such. It's not exactly a denial though. It's more like being lost. Now, let's focus first on this elemental dignity, okay? Everybody knows what the Two of Cups is. It's love, right? Well, yeah, it is. I will explain a little bit more about it in a second here, but we do have as well the King of Pentacles as a prime card, and that is the person itself. And basically, this is an individual who wants to invest love in you, okay? So they want to love you. Now, unfortunately, at this stage, first, because that is something you need to know as of this moment, meaning that that is not happening yet, so you have to be aware of. And second, there is a because it's a minor arcana, there are conditions. For example, if that was the Lover's card, this is going to happen one way or another, but it is a minor arcana, there are conditions into it. And the love through the Two of Cups, it happens only through a reciprocal efforts. I will say it that way. Therefore, being proud about it, showing shyness, for example, kind of like expecting that the other side is going to do the heavy lifting and so on and so forth. For example, this kind of a structure and criteria that because it's a man, he has to do everything, you know, he has to chase, he has to make gifts, you know, he has to express himself first and so on and so forth. That is not how things working out with the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups in the traditional deck, I have it here, let me show you what I mean. Where is the goddamn card? Oh, there it is. All right, so the two of cups, as you can see in the standard card, we do have two people which are reaching each other just about in the middle. Okay, that is where everybody makes an effort. He calls you, you call him on the next day. He asks you out on a dinner, you ask him out on a dinner on the next day. He tells you how much he likes you, you tell him how much you like him. Okay, he traverses the distance, you traverses the distance as well. He kind of like how do you call that? A loft? No, it's not a loft. Hovers. He hovers towards you for a kiss. You and passes on 50% of the distance. You do the rest. Okay, you do not wait his lips to reach yours. You reach to his reaching lips. Okay, so that is how the Two of Cups literally works. But we do have one major problem here, and that is the other elemental dignity of the King of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. He or she doesn't know how to do it. Okay, he or she doesn't know how to start with it and how to do their part of it. Okay, so for now, it seems that what you need to know it is that yes, you are very significant for this person, but until they don't find a way how to express it, you are with your hands tied behind your back. You cannot do anything else. And you just have to sit put, and as soon as they are willing to invest, you have to take it right there. That is how it stands. So for now, you have to pass on it. Or rather, like, for now, you have to be quiet about it. And I gotta go to the bathroom, guys. I gotta pee. So it's pretty urgent. So give me a second here. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I guess you can do some more time. Yeah. Well, yeah, but Ginger, in your case, it wasn't like you were kind of like in that state for the entirety of your life, right? I mean, you had that very, very long break of decades. So it's like you are starting anew right now. Hello, Jenny. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's there you go. 4 decades. That person is out of your life. So it's like you are starting like a brand new. Yeah, you know each other from the past, but all right, next one, Scorpio. What do we need to know? We do have the Page of Swords with the Queen of Wands. Then it is the Eight of Cups. Those three. But maybe you were from his, which is the same thing. Okay, that thing needs to go both ways. Yeah, but did you had his heart? That's different. So Scorpio, we gotta tread very carefully, guys. That is what we need to know. It is pretty, Jenny. Yeah. There is a person around us. Here, Page of Swords, which could literally F our life around. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That is so bad. In fact, the only worse we could have it if here was the Queen. Okay, if here was the Queen. Oh my God, that would have been so terrible. Would have been so terrible. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this person right now, it's not kind of like planning a retribution, really. I don't know what about, or planning a way how to woven us into their weaves that they're trying to set up for themselves. Now, there is no getting through to this person. Okay, there is no making them understand, for example, what could work out and what could not work out, and so on and so forth. I do believe that is primarily doing either business or some kind of activity. This I don't think that this has anything to do in concern of love. So either our love life is pretty much set right now, or it's pretty much non-existent. This doesn't catch on our love life, although if that's the case, it's I don't know, it should be something that it is very superficial, so to speak, at least at this level. And most likely it is because we as a Scorpio doesn't have a drive, that much of a drive toward that person. They're kind of like, you know, that doesn't give them too much peace right now, and they're trying to kind of like make an impression to us in the wrong way, in any way they can. But it is primarily about a job and work, and it is just that we and that person, we do not see things the same way, and they know, however, how to manipulate us, although I can't imagine that could happen. But in any case, they know how to manipulate us into their ways, and they're gonna use the leverage, which is the worst we can have here. So for Scorpio, I don't know what the denial could be, except that we may kind of like not recognize the wolf in sheep clothes, okay, and allow that person to pretty much manipulate us the way they want. But here I can only see for us that conflicts are waiting us with that individual, and these conflicts, there is no winning. So whenever the situation ensue, the conflict situation, don't go into war there, guys. I will not. Okay, I personally will not, because it's a doomed battle. No, we cannot win this battle. So it will be best that we do kind of like scrap or salvage the situation whatever we can, and we just move on. Is there a possibility that there is a intimate attraction here? Very slim. That comes from the Page of Swords and the Queen of Wands, and should that be the case, it's completely physical. Okay, it has nothing emotional being there. In fact, the emotional side, which is the Eight of Cups, it's sitting on as a neutral and enemy position. Yeah, forewarned is self-warned. That's well, how I like to call it, Jackie, it is the forewarned being forearmed. Therefore, now you know, and when things starts to boil down, you don't have to think twice about it. You know that's the one that you can't just get through to them. You know they're always going to be that thorn in your heel, so you just have to get lost. You just have to relinquish it. Well, most likely, Valerie. Yeah, most likely related to work, or if it is about relationship, or if it is about love, it's something that it is just right now starts to boil up. Meaning that you either met that person a couple of days ago, or you were just on a first date with them, and so on and so forth. You barely know the guy or the woman. But it is most likely about career, and it is just, you know, that coworker you have, the person you make business with, the client you are trying to convince to buy your stuff, or you already sold some kind of a service. They just don't see the results the way you see them. They are they don't preach your ways. Okay, they just see things different way, and that will ensue conflicts. So neither they can tell you what you should do, neither you can tell them what they should expect, and it's just there is no win in those conflicts. So it is better to settle. That is what I am trying to say, if that even means that you should kind of like walk away. It's very primitive to look at the Eight of Cups like walking away. The Eight of Cups, it's like accepting that, you know, you can't do anything about it, and just moving on, even if that means to walk away. Yeah. Are you Scorpio, Sarah? I thought that you were Leo. All right, so that was for Scorpio, and now the second break is gonna take place, guys. Like I said, in those breaks, one of you is gonna get a free reading from me, and Pisces Moonbeam will have the honor to pick the winner. In about 5 minutes, should Pisces Moonbeam be around. If not, I'm gonna pick the winner. So you can start asking your questions, which you do want Tarot to answer right now. Sort of, okay. So you are Scorpio at the end of the day. You already hate your job? Well, why are you working it then? Why don't you try to get another one? Scorpio rising. With Scorpio power. Wow, Ginger. Yeah, I knew that, Pisces Moonbeam. As soon as Anna asked the question, I knew that. let me have my break, okay? I'm gonna take Anna. Let me have my break. They pay you too much to live? Well, yeah, it's but at the end of the day, Sarah, are you not there to make money? You're not there to make friends, are you? That is how I look at the job. I don't care if people likes me there, for as long as I get my paycheck at the end of the month is all good. those jobs. But you get paid for it, aren't you? And that's all about what job is. Because you have a job, that's not a profession. These are two different things, okay? I have a profession and I do my profession. You have a job to do. As long as you do your job, that's okay. Which there is nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't know, it's way more certain and secure. Do I have Capricorn placement? No, I don't have Capricorn placements. My all placements are in Scorpio and in Sagittarius. But I look at it, I look at work and job in generally for sustenance. But I have nothing to do with Capricorn because Capricorn is gonna go out of their way to do their job right. While I do my job as much as I can for, you know, as much as the time they are paying me. And if things aren't working out, things aren't working out. What can I do? Right? Well, I can do something, but I'm not kind of like I'm not gonna do it because it's a job, it's not a profession. All right. Let me check on the question one more time. Will I benefit from taking the part-time job at the beauty saloon? Anna Chaban asks. Anna, define benefit. What do you expect your benefits to be? What are your expectations from that beauty saloon? Well, Jenny, I wish I had more earth energy in my chart as well. I mean, it's I'm way too watery and fiery and. Anna, you there? Yeah. Well, Scorpio and Sagittarius, all my planets are there except Jupiter, which is in Aquarius. Past time, well, okay. Passing time, it's not exactly the right attitude to get there, because we do have the Nine of Cups here into this position, which means that passing time there is not going to be exactly pleasant. Okay, it means that if you are to sign up for this job, you should adopt the attitude to take it seriously and actually to learn from the job itself, because the job in the long run can offer you a lot. Okay, so the time definitely is not going to be that play. This isn't going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to be for the shits and giggles, if I may say it that way. It's not going to be something for you to entertain yourself with. Okay, there people are going to expect discipline. People are going to expect results. People are going to expect you to learn the tricks of the trade, so to speak. And if you go there exactly for that, by, let me give you a time frame here. By the start of winter, or by the start of autumn, actually, by the start of autumn, you will have that one as an option available, in a way where you will now consider, it's not even considering, but knowing that should things go wrong, okay, with your stability, you can always open a beauty salon and be very successful with it. In fact, it's going to be a very valid option available for you. And that is literally your reading. I mean, you are going to benefit, just not in the way you want to benefit. That's why I asked you, what do you expect from it? Okay, guys, that was the second free reading. There is going to be a third one at the end of the live stream, but anyone who supports the stream and me through Super Chat, you guys are going to get your readings at the end of the stream itself. And if you do wish personal reading, you can always go to my website, which you are going to find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you will see full list of my services and as well their pricing. Hello, Marigros, or Maligros. Maligros. Welcome to the channel. I hope you do enjoy your stay here. Maligros, yeah. That's beautiful. Aquarius. No, Aquarius. Oh my God. Sagittarius. We have Sagittarius. First one for Sagittarius, that is going to be the Six of Swords. Moving next, we do have, guys, for you the Ten of Wands. And the final one, that is the Eight of Swords. Those those three cards. Going forth with the topic of denial, really, it's Anna, thank you so much for your 20 US said. Thank you, Anna. You as well, make sure that you do stick around up until the end of the stream, where you're gonna get your personalized reading. The theme is of the night, yeah. So I believe only Scorpio didn't have one of denial. Well, for them it is, you know, thinking of a person which that person actually isn't. But for Sagittarius, it's something different here. Okay, with these three cards. And they literally shows a transition, okay? That you are, Sagittarius, on a verge of a transition. Whether taking on a job, whether taking on someone's hand, okay? Whether stepping on into the unknown. Literally, that transition involves you stepping into the unknown. Whether through a proposition or through a arrangement of the circumstances one way or another. It is just taking on that direction. You may not know, or you don't know right now, you know, how this is gonna end up. Well, the message from the cards, it is that it's gonna end up better than you are right now. So literally taking on any option right now in front of you, it's better than taking no option whatsoever. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome to the stream. So what do you need to know of this option in front of you? Well, you need to know that it's gonna take a lot of efforts. Okay, it truly is gonna take a lot of efforts. It comes from these two cards. Okay, with the Ten of Swords, with the Ten of Wands. I'm sorry. So this option available, whether a love option available. And by the way, that is something you never consider. That is also what I need to say here. Say you are a friend with somebody and you never consider that you can go for love. Well, you can, okay? Right now, you do have that option available. You never considered you can work something, and now you do have that chance to work it. Well, you definitely should go there that way. You never consider that you can live somewhere. Well, now you have the chance to live there. Well, you should also do it. So it's the unconsiderable, it's coming to become tangible for you. And you, according to these cards, you definitely should try it out, because it's something you can get the hang of and learn to love right there. And also your potential with it, it's far bigger than the potential right now. Where do I know that? If the truth makes you free, then what the denial of that truth is going to make you? And now you sit on the threshold, afraid of screwing around, so for you, or failing out. So for you, the truth is failing out, but that is your truth. You are denying the real one, meaning that anything new will be better than your current state and your current situation. But this new thing for you, Sagittarius, like I said, will require efforts with the 10 of Wands, which is a friend to the 6 of Swords, meaning that the more fearful this transition to you looks like, the more efforts you gotta put into it. The good thing about the 10 of Wands, though, is that those efforts always pays off, and the bigger efforts, the bigger rewards. In fact, at the end, Sagittarius, an amazing rewards, guys, are waiting for you right there. Okay, an amazing rewards. So what is the conclusion from these cards? Fear rots thy soul, and it is the only thing that can actually stop you being happy. Think of it that way, guys. You have a dream, right? Whether that dream is for you to be loved, whether that dream is for you to be successful, you do have a dream. Well, tell me then, is thinking and daydreaming about it is enough to get you there? I think it's not. Actually, a real approach and actions needs to be made into that direction. And therefore, you have the chance to do so. Only if you realize that that is something you can do and you definitely should do. And that is what you, Sagittarius, needs to know. You can go for so much more than what you have right now. Hi, Aries. Welcome to the stream. All right, moving on. Next, we do have Capricorn. Nine of Swords. With the Eight of Pentacles. With the Two of Pentacles. Oh, that is the crushing blow, really. It is the crushing blow. I don't know if it is denial. It's not exactly. The message is pretty clear. It is the crushing blow, yeah. And you think Sagittarius are afraid? I think you are shitting your pants out. By the look of those cards. In fact, I mean, look at that disgusting combo here. Aries, they first of all, they are a active enemies, okay? And literally the least that these active many enemies are doing is that they are, how can I put it into words? They're not allowing you to see the details. They're not allowing you to see past certain point. Because with the Eight of Pentacles, whether it is about love or whether it is about job, this is all about executing a stereotype, okay? Executing a plan or a putting something into motion that you do believe in, but you have an enemy to it, which is your prime thing, something you have to right now admit to yourself and then embrace, because that is the only way how you overcome the Nine of Swords. When you do embrace it, when you do understand, okay, that's something I am afraid of, but this, because I'm afraid of, that doesn't mean that I do not suffer consequences from it one way or another. It's no different, guys, than, for example, you finding yourself in a toxic relationship, but you are afraid of spending a day alone. It is just you are a type of such a person, okay? And because of it, because you are afraid of being left alone, you are willing to endure through, or rather, like, this isn't even endurance, this is a suffering, to suffer through this toxic relationship, okay? And it's a consequence. That's what you need to understand. Not making a move brings the real consequence and the real unpleasant consequences for you. Whether that move is something, you know, is going to serve everybody or is going to serve just only you, it has to be made. Fear of being left alone, fear of being fired, fear of not finding yourself a job, all the fears you have, they are messing around. As we can see here, they are truly messing around of establishment. And that is just only from these two, not to mention these two, that those fears are messing around with the perception you have. You try to stick to plans, you try to stick to certain beliefs you have, you try to have something fixed for yourself. It's not how that's not how it's gonna work by the look of those cards. Yeah, I mean, clinging to you know what you know, and going about your day and going about your life, if you will, with certain developed pattern, it's gonna make your life feeling more established. It makes it established, but what does not make you do is facing your fears. And until you do not face your fears, aka experiencing your fears, you will not learn your lesson. So it is a crushing blow. And if I had it for Scorpio, I would say to myself, what in the world are you doing? Okay, because definitely that's not how you should move forward here. Okay, if you are afraid to let go of something, let go of it. Damn it. If you are afraid to say something to somebody, say it. Okay, if you are afraid of pushing someone away, push him or her away. Just so you can at least see, do you miss that person or not? If you are afraid of how people are going to look at you, just do what makes you, or behave the way you are yourself. Just challenge that fear in you. That is what you need to know. That unless you do that, it's always gonna be a mess. Always gonna be a mess. And Chandra, thank you so much for your $10 support. Thank you, Chandra. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you can get your personalized reading over the transit. And when I say I want to dive a little bit more into Capricorn here, not just only because Pisces Moonbeam is Capricorn, but as well there is so much to it. When I said a crushing blow, I really meant it. Okay, what those cards here are showing, let's say dating. Okay, let's just put the emphasis on it. So with the dating here, by not challenging your fears, it kind of like with the patterns you go, you're not leaving a room, a certain self patterns, because every relationship or every potential for a relationship has its own pattern, which does not fit with your mold. It doesn't fit with anyone's mold. In fact, it's a mold that you have to fit in. Well, that's not what you do here, okay? Because something in it does not allow you to accept it, meaning that you just do not see past your own limitations, okay, that you are afraid of facing, and therefore it's not working out. So unless, you know, the person you meet, it's I don't know, it's everything you have ever wanted, then it's not going to work out. The job you are to assigned, it's not everything that fits your perfect criterias. Now, when was the last time you experienced anything perfect? That's what our world is all about, imperfections, to make the imperfections perfect. But as soon as you do face those fears of yours, okay, of your own imperfections, you know, of the things you say, of the way you look, and so on and so forth, then you will be able to play around with the details of the situation. And then if you are single, you're gonna step outside into the world little by little, enriching your options available to date people. And when I say options available, I don't mean just only people, but also places that you can go, you know, the ways you can interact, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's a crushing blow, because to me that reading says that you do almost everything wrong for now, not because you can't do it right, but because you are afraid what is going to bring you. What if you do it wrong, you win it and you lose it? Well, that's how the world works. So that is the crushing blow for you. And I'm sorry I'm saying it the 80th time, but I just want to emphasize on it. It's very important. From the other side, where you have the Two of Pentacles, okay, and with the Nine of Swords, that is when kind of like one is afraid to change their ways, because what if it doesn't work? Well, you never know if you don't try it. And even if it doesn't work, it's a lesson, it's a consequence that you're gonna learn from, and next time, you know, you're gonna you're gonna weave a better patterns. It's my ascendant too. Oh, thank you, Pisces Moonbeam. And I said that it is a blow because you Capricorns, you don't like being told that you are doing things wrong. I know that for a fact. I'm not pointing fingers to anyone. I'm not. All right, Aquarius, first one, that is going to be the Page of Swords, and that person is hunting me, man. With the Ace of Cups. And the final one, that is going to be Judgment. It is my ascendant, yeah. Well, yeah, Maligros, but it is exactly what we're talking about here. You're letting go because you are afraid what can come up, what can come out of that situation, right? Well, you have to challenge your fear. This time around, you have to be being led. Okay, you have to let being led forward this time around for a change. uh, yeah. Okay, so this person is hunting me. I am Scorpio with rising Aquarius, and we for Scorpio we have the Page of Swords as a main card. Aquarius we have a Page of Swords uh, as a main card. In this reading, it tells me a little bit more about this individual. First it tells me that is me. Okay, first it tells me that we are bound by something. Okay. And that comes from the Judgment with the Page of Swords. We are bound by something, which I don't like being bound to someone, but it is what it is. Anyway, so for Aquarius, judgment doesn't mean actual judgment. Ginger, you have to look at the judgment that way, that is what boils down to when things reach almost the end. Okay, that is literally the sum of your actions. Well, Anna, you will be surprised, but there are already people who are doing that. Not from United States or anything, here from Bulgaria. People that, you know, they have a reading with me and they say, oh my God, you did such a better job than my therapist. And so they're paying just to talk with me. That's, I don't know. It's a weird thing, but. So, with Aquarius, yeah, what we need to know as Aquarius is that there is a significant individual in our life which we are not on the same page with, at least not for now. And we can see that from all the three cards here. And the thing it is that it's very awkward. I am far, yeah. And it is very awkward because the incompatibility comes from these two cards here, the Ace of Cups and the Page of Swords. So these two cards, they are very strange, bizarre, for the lack of a better word. They're very bizarre. They don't interact with each other almost at all. So what they do really when they meet, it is that when you do have somebody that you don't really like, in a way you don't like their effect on top of you, okay, under normal circumstances or in a traditional way, you wouldn't have that person around you as a business partner or as a friend. But this time around, it's kind of like an exception, and you don't even know why is that exception out there, okay? And that is how that elemental dignity sits there. The thing is that this person, it puts a lot of influence into your environment, Aquarius. In fact, the more and more it sits into the situation, the more and more your happiness starts to depend on this individual. And what you need to know is that this is not for not a reason. I don't know how to put it into words, but the exception you made, okay, the door you opened, you may think it was, you know, like whatever, and you were generous at that point, or it was mere coincidence. No, it wasn't. It's actually something that was meant to happen. And very soon, that missing that missing piece of the puzzle, it's going to fall into place, okay? And from this person, something is going to show up. I can't really say what that is going to be exactly, okay? From some, it's going to be feelings. For others, it's going to be a brilliant idea. You know, it's going to be different for every single one of us, Aquarius. But that person is way more significant to us than we know. Can we withdraw? If we are prepared to feel emptiness in that place for a very long time, then we can withdraw. Yes, we are not bound to them that much, but we are gonna miss on, I don't know, life lesson, or we are gonna miss on a very important something that we have to go through. Well, I'm glad that that kind of like sheds a light on your life, Melissa. And yeah, very soon, you know, the whole reason why this is going on is going to be revealed. It's fate, yeah. Hello, JT. All right, going forward, last but not least, we do have Pisces. You found a new therapist from Bulgaria? You mean me? Well, if you like my how can I put it into words? The way I do things, then by all means. Well, Melissa, life is hard for many people for many months. How much a session with a therapist in New York is? All right, Pisces, we do have the World with the Six of Cups. And then at the end, we do have the Magician. Those three cards. Well, Ginger, when it comes to human deprivation, okay, there is no bottom in that hole. Okay, this hole knows no bottom into how far one can sink in their depravity, okay, and in their degradation. JT, thank you so much for your 20 US dollars. That's wow. For 30 minutes? Oh, but you are barely saying hello to each other. Jesus. But JT, thank you so much for your 20 US dollars. Thank you, JT. Make sure that you do stick around a little bit longer, and you're going to get your personalized reading over the transit. I know that New York is it's quite expensive. Okay, I know that. But if you have 8 hours working day and you have your schedule full, that pretty much makes it about couple thousand a day. Yeah, 1,600 a day. And bear in mind, you don't have much of expenses, okay? Just like with any just so like any services like that, you may be renting an office, and that's about it, really. Okay, nothing more than that. So yeah, it's a bit expensive. So let's get back to Pisces. What do you need to know, guys? It is that things around you, they are settling down. That comes from the World and the Six of Cups. Okay, and very soon, very soon, if not yeah, that's what I said. I mean, you have to rent an office, and that's about it. I don't know how expensive it is though. But making 40 grand a month, I think that covers the expense of an office about 1,000 times. How much is going to be your office costs? 2,000? But that's besides the point. We're not accounting they have studied to become that way and the experience and all that. So it's maybe fair. It is just, to me, it looks inaccessible. I mean, even if I had millions, I wouldn't give $200 for half an hour. But believe me, to me, that looks way too much. Well, even 4,000, it's you're making 10 times that. So yeah, let's not get into it. Like I said, to me, it looks very expensive. Let's get back to Pisces. So very soon, guys, you are about to wrap your things around with these cards. So we do have these two here. Hello, Tsayaba Khan. Welcome to the channel. And what those two are speaking about, Pisces, is that very soon you're going to settle down on a happiness. And when I say happiness, I mean pleasantries, okay? So you are going to have things that are running in your life which are going to make you feel pleasant, either in your job or in your personal life. It is just you are going to love spending time into them, okay? So that is as far as you can get it if you wish to get it. This message is very convoluted, for the lack of a better word here, because we do have the Magician on the other side, and that is simultaneously okay. It's good, but it is not good in the same way. So the appearance of the Magician there, especially when it comes to partnerships, it means that you can settle for a pleasant experience, but the person from the other side, whether for business or whether for relationship, it's does not know you as well as you would wish to know you. So basically this person doesn't fully takes you for who you are, okay? And further down the road there could be a disappointment. However, what you can do is, instead of settling for it, whether making the relationship or establishing the business and so on and so forth, you can take yourself a little bit more time to get that person to know you better and give them a chance to accept you for who you are, making business, making money, making love, and so on and so forth. That way, however, this pleasantries, at least for the time being, they are going to be abated, so to speak, because there are still things which has to be talked about. There are still things that needs to be shaped off there. And besides what truly shows up here, it is that if you kind of like go for it now and wrap it around, you know, settling on it, you are jeopardizing your sovereignty, meaning that you are agreeing into something that is going to restrict you in a certain way, is going to push through the boundary of your independence, which you definitely don't want to do that. Hey Willa, I'm sorry I do not remember you, which is kind of unfortunate since you do remember me for so long. Yeah, I have been around for many years. It is just, I guess fate didn't brought us together. But I'm glad you found me, and I hope you do enjoy the show. So yeah, for Pisces is a little bit of a warning sign here than something dramatic that is gonna happen. For them, it's the most milder message. Which is moving forward. I think that the Capricorns had it rough this time around. They really did, and now we are entering into the last break before I move to super chat. In this break, guys, you can ask a question, and at the end of the break, which is in about 5 minutes, I'm going to pick one of these questions and I'm going to perform a professional reading on it. Actually, I think that Pisces Moonbeam should pick the question again. Today is Pisces Moonbeam stream. And after that, I'm going to move to super chat. So anyone who supports the channel through super chat, you guys are going to get your reading at the end of it regardless. And if you do wish a personal reading from me, you can go to my website, which you're going to see in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you will see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. But till the duration of this month, there are special sales for YouTube viewers only. And let me do something here. Okay, so yeah, YouTube viewers only. Those special sales are monthly reading, which is exclusive to you, and Le Grand Tableau reading as well, which is exclusive also to you. You can find more information about them in the description down below. Basically, the monthly reading is a 9-card spread, which focuses on your month of June, and Lenormand reading is Le Grand Tableau, which is a one big spread of Lenormand cards showing you sequence of events which are going to happen to you. We just, unfortunately, with that spread, you cannot say when those events are going to happen. What are you thanking me for? Yeah, it must be the algorithm. We are all about the truth, eh? Karen, thank you so much for your $3 for the account of James Tippens. Thank you, Karen. Hey, Divine Nation. Thank you, Link. All right, Pisces Moonbeam, have you picked the question? If you haven't, I will do it. All right, Jackie. If you want a little bit more clarity on what you should go for, you can just, email me. We can go back and forth what your expectations are, so I can help you with picking up the service. All right, what's something? So, Sherry, was your anxiety, eh? As a Capricorn, will the anxiety improves? Sherry asks. Let's check it out. Good night, Angela. I hope you had a really nice time. So we have the Eight of Swords, completely in the topic of today's theme, with the Seven of Swords. And we do have the Four of Wands. Those three cards. So the question, the real question was, will you be able to fight off the anxieties? Was that the question? Or is the anxiety gonna end on its own? Where was the question? Will the anxiety improves? Meaning, is it gonna end on its own? No, it's not gonna end on its own. But you can improve your situation by the look of the cards. So, Sherry, actually, it's a very simple process here. The process comes from these two cards. That is the main process that you should adopt here. Okay, and those two cards here speaks that you need to realize that you mean the most for yourself. Okay, and therefore it's important that you do step out for yourself, because no one else is going to really. And as soon as you do realize that you are strong enough to stand for yourself, to demand what you deserve, okay, and to go for what you deserve despite what anybody else thinks, then your anxiety is going to disappear. Because I do believe that at least for the look of those cards, I do believe that your anxiety, its source comes from that you do depend on something or somebody. You do not depend on yourself, and you are anxious about what someone is going to decide, about how things are going to turn out, about what someone is going to do, and so on and so forth. Well, you have to take matters in your hands and do things that makes you happy. For if you don't take care for your own happiness, no one else is going to. Okay? As soon as you do realize that, you let it sink in, and your anxiety is going to start vaporizing. And the other thing we have, it's the denial itself. Okay? And the message here is that yes, you are good enough. Okay? You are even more than good enough and more than ready. I don't know what about, but you are, according to them. The only thing stopping you, it's you. It's yourself. Karen, again, thank you so much for your $3 US, which are for Angela's account. Thank you, Karen, again. Yeah, Angela, no sleep yet, because you are the very last one in the super chat list. Couple of minutes, and I'm gonna move to the super chat, guys. It's gonna be our secret, Karen. Nobody even noticed. You're so active in the chat that, you know, we kind of like, or at least I haven't noticed it, because you are always there. And you're welcome, Sherry. You charge the thing. You're such a part of the community that, you know, it's if you are not around, it will be noticed, but other than that, it's like we always feel your presence. That is what I was trying to say. I don't know what Maligros' question is, but thank you for your $2 US, Jackie. Maligros, whatever your question is, can you retype it? Oh. Yeah, I saw it. Well, that's not a question that involves tarot cards. I can give you an advice how to start it. But other than that, well, I do feel it. In fact, it's going to be very awkward if many of you are not around, guys. It will be like, ugh. Well, that is why I never portray the people should feel like a garbage. Okay, that's the worst thing you can do, because even if at some point, guys, you do feel like a garbage, you should never forget that one man's trash is another man's treasure. And whomever treasures you, I don't know, I think that you should allow them to treasure you. Well, that's not really a question, Maligros. I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, you will forgive him, but you just can't get over it. That's a struggle that you have to lead on your own. Well, Aquarius was okay-ish, Naomi. Okay, Aquarius was so. Okay. Yeah, Capricorn reading was like I said, the crushing blow. Well, Ginger, I would like the same thing because it seems that, I'm seen more as a kind of trash than anything else, but I never lose hope. Gotta take a pill, guys. Come on. Don't fight me. There we go. Come to Papa. It was lonely. No one was great either, Liz. Only Pisces was kind of okay-ish, and that is because the whole collective set the stage, right? It was all about denial. We are denying the importance of a thing. The collective said, a person, but it's just a general one. It could be something else. For example, for Capricorn, they are denying the importance of their fears, and these fears are kind of stopping them of growing. Okay. All right, Mali Gross. By July. I do have the same experience, JT. I do always attract Cancer. Cancer is the most prominent, okay? They are just everywhere. I mean, most of my relationships, love interest, and etc., Cancer, right off the back. Few Pisces, one Libra, and a Scorpio, but nothing literally else, okay? And the majority, it's Pisces. Not Pisces, but Cancer. I don't know what is up to Cancer, man. I mean, it's... And the thing is that with Cancer, it never went well. It's just it never went well. Ah, Pisces Moonbeam. Or Chariot. Well, it's gonna work out, and on top of it, should you be willing to put the efforts in, and I mean really the efforts, okay? The card pretty much signifies a wish fulfillment. Okay, the card pretty much signifies a wish fulfillment when it comes to your question. You know your question. Mattia, what do you need to know as of this moment? We do have the Six of Cups with the Seven of Wands. Okay. So that's a bit of a broad message, Mattia. Those cards are speaking that, and I believe you recently had literally almost the same kind of a message, okay? But it is where you are ruining good experiences, okay? And you're ruining those good experiences, but by not allowing yourself to be a part of those experiences. Primarily saying that probably to yourself, that is, that probably now's not the time, now's not the right place, and so on and so forth. Almost like, for example, someone asking you out on a dinner and you're saying, whoa, 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 we are not there yet, you know, but you are, okay? And sometimes, Mattia, a dinner is just a dinner, okay? A cup of coffee is just a cup of coffee, and so on and so forth. So by you allowing yourself to, you know, to be a part of these pleasant experiences in your work and in your romantic life as well, can I put it into words? You will have your time run more pleasantly than normally, and many chores under normal circumstances now you will see being you know, executed in a much more pleasant way. And also, if you do kind of like broaden up, you know, your approach, so to speak, toward the environment, it's highly likely that you may find a good hobby to be a part of your life. And if you are looking for someone to date, very, very possible that you can fit in, or rather like make somebody fit in with within your standards. That is what you need to know. So to me, that kind of speaks that you are kind of like a way to, how do you say it, a person that always looks things in a serious way. So you take things way too much more serious than you should. And I do believe that that is something that came up before in a reading of yours. Well, Naomi, the only thing I learned from Cancer is how to crawl and how to suffer. So I think I learned enough. You know, I think I learned enough. You're welcome, Mattia. And the worst part about Cancer, it is that they're doing it I'm not gonna get into it, okay? No, I'm not poor, okay? I learned my lessons, and it's just I'm not gonna allow that to happen anymore. Because this is something I said back in the days, that when something like that happen, it's a change, and when you face a change in your life, you are in front of a choice, and if you don't make that choice, it becomes a loss, because that choice is made for you. So I'm not going to allow that choice to be made for me anymore. That can be asked, okay? It can, K-A-N, be asked. Okay, so romantic relationship with a woman. Hold on a second. And the thing is that, guys, every single next cancer, when you try to explain to them that, that's the case, and you're not gonna allow them to fuck around with your life, they're just baffled. They don't know why. It's kind of like, to me, it feels selfish. Really, it really feels very, very selfish. So yeah. From the Cancer sign, well, I will tell you what my perspective is. They want too much, way too much. At least from what we Scorpio are willing to give at the start of it. Okay, that's what I think of Cancer. They want way too much. That's just my personal experience with them. All right, who was the next one? Jesse. Your card, Jesse. Four of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so those couple of cards. And Jesse, what do you need to know right now? It is that there is a I don't know if you can really say that it is an opportunity. I will try to explain it that way. So it's a diversion of your monotonous routine that can present you with new fruits of thy labor. And even if you do realize where and what that opportunity is, right now you may be, how can I put it into words, reluctant. Is it really worth it or not? According to these cards, what you should know is that it is a worth it. So at the very least, Jesse, try it out. Well, that's a bit too excessive, Jackie. A wedding ring in a few months. Oh my God. All right, Liz, your card is the Sun with the Seven of Cups. It's a pretty clear message for you, Liz. What do you need to know? It is that well, it's a few things. Well, it's not about making them happy, Naomi. It's about how much they want to see without giving anything in return. Okay? So, but we are Scorpio. This isn't how it works out with us. Okay? If or at least I am looking from myself, if we are to invest, we want to know what we are investing it for. There is a Hold on a second, guys. There is a reason why we should invest into something, right? So, Liz, back to your cards. That's how it stands. It seems that you are looking in a long run to be happy, but what you should need to know as of this moment, it is that you can be happy right now. More tangible ways to make yourself happy according to these cards, it is that you can make peace in a certain communications. What I mean is that someone that you are on the edge with, you can definitely bury down the hatchets, okay? As well, those what you need to know, it is that your expanding energies of growth are not in the future, they are right now. And the last thing that you need to know about, which could be somewhat of unpleasant for you to understand, it is that things doesn't happen the way you want, but doesn't mean that they're not happening the right way. Because right now, at least according to these cards, everything that is happening around you, it happens in a natural way. What do you mean, Jackie? All right, Karen, what do you need to know as of this moment? We do have the star card for you, Karen, with the King of Pentacles. So what do I think of Pisces? Well, I only had one romantic relationship with Pisces, and it was kind of awkward, truth be told, because this is how it worked out. It's just it was a friendship, but not exactly friends. The thing it is that Pisces, they need to kind of tell us what they want, okay, right off the start. They need to tell us what they want instead of sending kind of like signals and these kind of stuff. Other than that, I think that's, I have no bad experience with Pisces. Right, Karen, so what do you need to know as of this moment? And I need you to tell me what the second question is all about, that Pisces Moonbeam super chatted. I don't think that they're crazy. It is just they don't really know what they want when it comes to, I don't know, emotional connection. At least that's my experience. So back to Karen. Karen, according to these cards, what do you need to know? It is that you can accomplish your things by yourself. You don't need help of anybody, and definitely you do not need investment of everybody that it is out there. According to these cards, Karen, you are on a verge of ending your problems. I don't know how it's gonna happen, okay? But with the star card being there, it means that your era of turmoil and chaos and upheaval, it's pretty much almost over. And after that, it's gonna be freedom. The dark side of Cancer. I don't know about the dark side of Cancer, but I can tell you all about the dark side of Scorpio, because Cancers make me show that dark side. Well, not the whole of it, but yeah, they kind of like make me. We have the Two of Cups for that question, Karen. And the short version of the answer is to cooperate. Okay? Is to cooperate and kind of like... I don't know what the business is all about, but they're gonna go along with the endeavor. If the endeavor is about love, they're gonna go along with the love. If the endeavor is about settling business, they're gonna go along with the business. Okay, if the endeavor is about dealing with problems, they're gonna go along dealing with the problems. So just with that little information, what I can tell you from the card, it is that their intentions are going to be to go along. That is only with the Two of Cups. If you show candor and if you show that you are also willing to go along with it. Okay, here there shouldn't be any, how can I put it into words, conditions, so to speak. What is a great sign? Well, I guess Pisces Moonbeam is going to answer that. I can't really answer you that. Jackie, romantic relationship with a woman. How it's going to be? Those two? Oh my God. Unfortunately, Jackie, it's not something that you will be able to relate emotionally. I mean, the sex is gonna be great, and that's just about it. Okay, I mean, even if you do grow certain emotions, they're gonna be more like a attachment than anything romantic, at least according to these cards. But definitely you will find that women are a valid option for you to kind of like kill time, get over heartaches, and these kind of stuff. So they are kind of like a compromise, valid option. They're not the real thing. That is what is gonna boil down to. But yeah, I mean, the sex is gonna be great. Yeah. Angela, like I said, I can't say anything bad about you guys. To me, you are always good. Sean, what do you need to know as of this moment, Sean? Oh my God. Ooh. Those are the cards for you, Sean. Do you expect some kind of a job offer? Because there is an offer coming your way. Well, this is what you need to know. An offer that will allow you to manifest something you planned, something you prepared for. It's going there. It's coming about. Okay, that offer is coming about. That is what you need to know. It could be an offer for a relationship as well. Now, the only negative thing I can tell you about it, Sean, it is that there will be strings attached or conditions. Something we said about, which star sign was that? I forgot. But there are going to be conditions. We can say it from these two cards here, because not everything that is going to come about with this offer, it will be something that's, you know, you will be off the top of your head willing to do so. And good night, Mattia. I hope you had a great time, and hope to see you next time as well. Right, so yeah, it's it's going to be not against you, but like it's not gonna be a thing you thought of. Okay, so it may take a little bit of an extra effort from your behalf to get aligned to the offer which is coming your way, but it is. And this offer, by the way, it's whether for to make up for a relationship or to start a job, or some kind of a helping hand may come your way. Hey man, I mean, I see that you know, you're struggling right now, let me help you. That is also an offer. And what do you need to know about it is that you do deserve it. There is no reason for you to deny it whatsoever. Okay, and just take it, because you earned it, the very least. So this offer will allow you, the very least, to patch up whatever you do need to patch up, and also to attend to the details of your life and of your situations. And like I said, it's going to allow you also to hey JT, I am good, thank you. And thank you for your, how do you call it, a compliment. Thank you for your compliment and your candor, I guess. But in any case, Sean, yeah, it's literally, man, you know, there is no need for you to deny it. Taco, what strategy should I use when I send the important email to my father this weekend? Those three cards. All right, Taco, if you are around, are you trying to hide something from your father? Bye, Sean. I will reply to your email. Okay, I will reply to your email either after the live stream or tomorrow. Good night, Angela. No, okay. Uh, because according to these cards, Taco, it will be best if you do take accountability. I don't know what that really means. That should be your strategy, to take an accountability and to show that you fully understand, you know, what consequences whatever bears. The alternative, which is not advisable according to the cards, is to kind of explain how you would have done it, all right, or how you would have approached it, or how what you would have think, and so on and so forth. So you just, if I were you, I would send them the email in a way that, you know, I show that I am fully accountable and responsible for whatever comes out of it or whatever came out of it. Okay, and that way your father will see that um, how can I put it into words, that the, I don't know what the message is all about though. If I knew that, that would have shed so much more light into it. There is also something that's it's undeniable that you have to point in there. It comes from the death and the and justice here, something which is unchangeable, and that needs to be reminded to your father. I don't know that you are his son, for example. But yeah, with justice, it's about that everybody needs to bear consequences of their choices. You of yours, he of his. Okay, that is the strategy that you should adopt, if that makes sense. Thank you, Pisces Moonbeam. Yeah, but here it's a thing that I should say, you know? That is because you showed that my loyalty, it's worth it, and that's why you have it. Okay, if we get back to the Pisces top to the Cancer topic, you know, um if you are to make business with Cancer, they first need to see your loyalty before they decide to make business with you. Well, this isn't how it works. Okay, it's just, it isn't. So Taco, does this suffice? I need to know. And if it doesn't, I would ask you to send me an email, okay, just to tell me what the topic is about, so I can tell you more about those cards, because they are they're very broad. They can relate to literally anything. Okay, and when I'm not certain, I just don't want to make up things around. Definitely there is something about choices in here that everybody needs to be accountable for. And there is no kind of like, how can I put it into words? There is no making your way out of it. All right, Divine Nation. I remember that first day, Pisces Moonbeam, where you asked the same question every tarot reader that was there, but you drew the card for yourself. I remember the card. It was 7 of freaking swords. Okay, it was 7 of freaking swords. And your question was, am I gonna get my money back? And I remember what I told you, and I can say that to anyone who draws 7 of swords on that question, only if you asked about him. And it turned out that they forgot you, didn't they? And you only had to type an email, where are my money? And you had your money. All right, so Divine Nation, your card is 9 of Swords with the Magician. And what you need to know it is that you are thinking less of yourself while you are way more than you are than you know. Okay, and it's about time that you speak your mind, and it's about time you to do your heart. That is what you need to know. And those who are to appraise you, you will find the right people to that as well. Okay, so the time has came for you to do what you are afraid of doing, and to speak what you are afraid to be spoken. That is literally what those cards are showing here. And as soon as you stand against your fears, you will overcome your fears. Taco, are you here? Ginger, we have this. Ginger. And yeah, that is exactly like the reading I did you before. With these two cards, what we have, what you need to know is that there is a man, okay, there. Well, person, let's say person, with a person who is very ambitious, okay, about something that concerns you. And it's just right now as having the 9 of Pentacles as a catalyst to the King of Wands. This person doesn't know how to manifest this ambition there. Okay, it doesn't have the right tools to manifest that ambition. That is what you need to know. And only thing you can do is just wait. Another thing about these people is that you need to know that they need to have a challenge. Otherwise, they do lose interest. Okay? So, being set on the being set on stall, I believe that that is almost in purpose, so that person can kind of develop bigger and bigger interest. Okay, it's just it's gonna be sweeter for them that way. But other than that, Ginger, it seems that the only thing you can do, like I said, is just wait. And as well, how can I put it into words? Reciprocate. The worst thing you can do for the King of Wands is not reciprocating with their approach. Well, challenge like not being submissive and how can I put it into words, and subjugated. That is when a person is challenging. Okay, these people like challenge, like seeing that when they make an approach, whether a business approach or not, they see someone equal from the other side. Okay, not someone that is just okay, whatever you say, you know, as you wish, and so on and so forth. That is what I mean, challenge. Yeah, I don't use keywords because tarot is so much more than that. It's philosophy. It's creed. It's the best way how I can describe it. It's a creed. Well, yeah, I mean, if he contacts you, you do not ignore him. All right, that's a thing. But also, it's not gonna hurt if you kind of like maintain his passion as well here and there. Well, Jackie, I am studying tarot since I'm still studying tarot. Okay, that is something never end, which never ends. I'm studying tarot since I'm 14 years old, which makes it about 22 years, because I am 36 now. So 22 years. But I am professional reader. How many years now? 12 years? Sarah, what is that you need to know? We do have the Two of Wands for you, Sarah, and with this card, it is that you have good accomplishments around you, whether business accomplishments, romantic accomplishments, whatever accomplishments. Well, you shouldn't stop here, Sarah, because those accomplishments can grow even more. Okay, so it's important for you to put even more efforts into the milestones you consider reaching right now. Hello, Charlie. Welcome to the stream. Ella, I promised you reading, Ella, and I will leave you for the end. Okay, I will leave you for the end, so make sure you do stick around a little bit longer. Anna, what is that you need to know as of this moment? We do have the Four of Wands with Hierophant and with the Hangman. Okay, so those three cards. You're welcome, Sarah. I hope that that makes sense. Oh my god, Fart Cupcakes. Welcome to the stream. What a name, man. No, I don't, but I do remember first time you outbursted to me. Remember you told me draw a card for the day, and I drew the Ace of Cups, and I just, you know, described the Ace of Cups, which has its positive and has its negative side. And you wrote the negative side, and it was, are you freaking mad? How can you write that for the Ace of Cups? Well, it is because it is, you know, it's every card in tarot has its positive manifestation and its negative manifestation. Cards there are not black or white. Oh my God, Angela. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do your reading right after this one. Okay, I'm gonna do your reading right after this one, and then you can go to sleep. I'm sorry, I didn't knew that. Right. So Anna, it seems, Anna, that's you know, the time for you to be in idle, it's pretty much over right now, and that is because you have kind of like attended to every important detail around you, even if you don't know about it right now. Okay, and you are just on a verge of completing a very important cycle of development for you, and then you are about to set yourself in the next level. Now, in this next level, though, there are going to be many things which are taking shape, a different shape. You may start changing your beliefs. You may start changing as well your code of conduct in general. What I mean is the different things are going to make you happy. Different things are going to feel appealing to you. You may even find a different meaning for love, meaning that you may settle for different type of individuals to date with, to go about with, and so on and so forth. So you're making that transition in your life where you get more accustomed to what life has for what life have to throw at you, rather than being accustomed to what you want to get from life. So that is what you need to know. It is that you are getting aligned. All right, Angela, what do you need to know as of this moment? We do have the King of Swords. That is a person with the Ace of Wands, and that is kind of like you gotta be careful. Do you have suitor? I need to ask you that. Do you have a suitor? So please answer me that. Well, all right. So you probably didn't catch that. So Angela, if you do have a suitor, well, if you don't have a suitor, you are about to have very soon. And if you do have a suitor, you gotta be very careful with the person in general, because according to these cards, it's not like they don't have good intentions. It is just, you know, their intentions is more of a of interest, and that's not a bad thing. So what I mean is that you do serve a certain purpose to this person, okay, and that's why they are suitor or they are making business with you, whichever the case. And as soon as you stop serving that purpose, then you are needless to them, or they don't want you to change in any way. They have you exactly how they want you, and that is the way how the thing is going to grow forward. How is going to grow forward? Well, it seems that you have a great deal to learn from one another, and in fact this individual can solve a lot of your problems, Angela, problems that you are sitting on. And together, through a, I would say, careful analysis, you can pretty much, you know, sort out everything that can stand in your path in both of your paths. Now, that doesn't have to be romantic incentive for you, Angela. It could be, for example, your lawyer, your physician, okay, your therapist, business consultant, and so on and so forth. Bottom line, it is that there is a person you can trust on here, which, well, I'm already making your reading, Angela. I'm already making your reading. So you do have a person that it is by your side, but for as long as they have use of you, whether you are how can I put it into words, whether you are contributing for their emotional stability, whether you are paying them, okay, whether you are serving like a good company. It is just they have something from you that they want and that they need. And as soon as you change that, they will no longer have use of you. Okay, so it's like that's why you gotta be careful with this person. That is what you need to know as of this moment. Good night, Jackie. All right, Chandra. First one for you, Chandra, that will be the World, followed by the Two of Pentacles. Gilda, thank you so much for your $4.99. Thank you, Gilda. Make sure that you do stick around a little bit longer where you're gonna have your reading. All right, so Chandra. Oh my God, that was such a deja vu. My God. And it's keep on going. Good night, Jackie. Wow. That was such a deja vu. With the Chandra situation and Jackie saying good night and in Gilda going for a super chat. My God. All right, so Chandra, those two cards. And hello, Blissful. Welcome to the stream. So these cards are saying to you, that's what you need to know as of this moment. It is that the time had came for you to kind of like, it's not like moving on, but kind of having an addendum to your life, okay? Or adding something into it that goes outside of your current, it's not even an expectations, it's more like a current routines. So pretty much what the cards are pointing is that, you know, you do have your set expectations, you know, set plans and so on and so forth, but you do have a room for something a little bit more. And it will be best if you do fill up that room before the universe fill it up for you. So what you need to know right now, it is that it is time for you to look around, okay, look around and find something interesting to do. And that way, you will feel accomplished and complete. Okay, that is literally your message here. Other than that, according to these cards here, you have did it as best as you could, whether into your job or whether into your love life, and it's time for you to just move along. It's not even moving on, but moving along to the next thing. Okay, that is so to speak, the end of the lap, and now it's time for you to start the next lap, if that makes sense. JT, what do you need to know as of this moment? We do have the Judgment for you with the Queen of Wands, And the next one, that is going to be the Three of Pentacles. Those three cards for you, JT, well, yeah, we do. Well, JT, as per judgment, a huge wake up is calling, and that wake up is about your presence. Okay, what you need to know is that your presence and your understanding into the human nature, in a sense of what someone needs, gives you way bigger leverage than you may think it gives you. On a more profound level here, or on a more superficial level, you're welcome, Angela. On a more superficial level here, those cards are telling you that you are way more attractive than you think you are. And I mean, couple folds more attractive than you think you are. And you should really cash on your physical appearance, like making sure that your makeup is done well, making sure that you are wearing your best attires, okay, and so on and so forth. And that is going to start attracting people with romantic and as well business incentive. As well, what you need to know is that you can be way more successful into your business than you are right now. But for all that to take place, you have to stop listening to the critics of others. Okay, you shouldn't care much of what someone thinks about your clothes, of your presence, of what you say, of in generally how you go about things, JT. That's very important. And the final thing that you need to be aware of, it is that you don't need anybody to do your things. Okay, having somebody is great, having certain support is great. But if that support is more to your detriment and it is more of a hassle than it is actually help, then you definitely don't need it. Sometimes you gotta put with the hassle so you can make use of the help, but you don't need that. Okay? And if what I'm trying to say here is that you definitely can have it in a way that it is, if it is not your way, it's better be the highway. And finally, JT, a very important event is lurking behind the corner that will allow you to prevail. I don't know what that means, but through that event, you will grow the will, and finally, you are going to make it as a prevail. I don't know under what, over what though. All right, James, what do you need to know as of this moment? We do have this person here, Queen of Swords. Hopefully that is by your side. And yeah, we do have the Six of Wands. So we do have a person that will help you to reach milestones, okay? Milestones, in a sense, it is that this person is going to do the heavy lifting for you. That could be your lawyer. It could be, I don't know, your advisor. But it's just, that is someone who can... make things work regardless of how desperate the situation is. But there is a very key detail here, and the detail, it is that you have to appraise the individual. They need to feel that you do recognize them as such, as someone who can make things work. And then they are gonna just, even this is a way how you can beguile them into doing it. You show them that you rely on them and them only. They're the only one who can do the job. They're gonna do the job just to prove you're right. Okay, that's how it stands with the Queen of Swords. Definitely want yourself being on the better side of this person than anybody than on the dark side. But here for you, it seems that this individual is going to bring you the rewards you are striving for. Okay, so that is what you need to know. Very powerful ally is sitting by your side. Maligros, moving in a house by July, question mark. Page of Swords, only through a help. Okay, only through a help of somebody else. You are not going to be able to do it by yourself. That is your answer. Gilda, you have the Lovers with the Knights of Cups. All right, Gilda, so what those cards are speaking, it is that you are sitting in front of a choice, and this choice is more prominent than any other choice that it is presented with the Lovers. So you have to decide what you have to do against what you want to do. According to these cards, you better go with the one that you have to rather than the one that you want to. But in either case, there is no right or wrong choice for you. It is just, it is basically based on what you will be, what you are willing to handle, okay? And you will handle better the consequences of what you have to do rather than the consequences of what you want to do. But regardless of that, as soon as you make up your mind about a person, a job, a situation, your harmony in your life is going to be restored. And the problems you're facing, the plights and the concerns, they are going to start resolving themselves on their own accord. Okay, Pisces Moonbeam, have a great one. And finally, let me reshuffle the deck for you, Anna. Ella, excuse me, Ella, let me reshuffle for you. Good night, Naomi. Especially in the shower. I'm wondering what you are manifesting under the shower, though. Those are your cards, Ella. We have the Ten of Swords with the Queen of Cups. Having the High Priestess here, finally, that is going to be the Justice card. Okay. All right, Ella. That's the thing. You gotta right now, and I mean like yesterday, at least according to these cards, you gotta make a retrospective of what you went through recently with the entirety of your life, that is, and draw a line defining what is acceptable and what is unacceptable. And what is unacceptable, it needs to get out. You gotta clean it out of your life, okay? And only that way, Ella, you are going to provoke a new era coming your way. Aside from that, for what it seems, you are way too attached into something. You need some time by yourself so you can find your answers. We can see that from these two cards, okay? But the bottom line here with these cards, it is what works for a long run rather than what works for a short term. So it's a moment, it's a period for you where you have to, and again it is within the topic, where you have to break off the you have to break off the denial itself. You gotta define what true love means for you. You gotta define what true success, for example, means to you, and so on and so forth. The whatever questions you do have in situations, at least according to these cards, they have not been decided yet, but they are about to, up until, let me tell you, up until the end of this year, which is by the second half of December this year. But what do you need to be aware of? It is that at the end only you can give the final answer. Okay, so I know what you are going through right now, and you have the final say, at least up until the end of the year. After that, Ella, it will not gonna be your say. So yeah, it will be best if you make up your mind about it, but you gotta listen to your soul. And if you involving yourself in a situation that you want to change, that's not the way you go forward with. Okay, if you are to enter in a situation, whether a job situation, whether a romantic situation, you gotta be in peace, you gotta be resigned about it. Okay, because that's literally the way how it's gonna work out from here, Ella. And with that said, this is going to, guys, conclude the live stream. Thank you so much for being around. Thank you so much for your generosity, guys. And we are gonna see each other next time, probably Sunday. I don't want to promise anything, but probably it's gonna be Sunday. And up until then, oh, by the way, Taco, don't forget that if you are listening, that mate, text me about your question that you had, because I need a little bit more clarification before I can tell you exactly what you should do. But with that said, thank you guys for sticking around, your generosity, and we are going to see each other next time. Until then, bye.